Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. The most insane news to come out. This is breaking stuff. The US watchdog sues SEC after potential conflicts of interest by the former top officials, including Jay Clayton and William Hinman. Yes, the chickens have come home to roost. Finally, we are going to see justice for the corruption, for the misleading, and especially for lining their own pockets. You know it, I know it. If you gave it to the blind man around the corner that doesn't even know about crypto and you presented to him the evidence, even he would know, and it was only going to be a matter of time. But yes, this is huge. This is going to be fantastic because it was always like the irony is incredible. They brought on a case against Ripple, and it is absolutely going to rip them to shreds. It hasn't gone to plan. The XRP community have been relentless. The case itself has swung almost all towards Ripple. And so now, on top of it, all the misleading and lying that they've been doing is going to be exposed to the world. I mean, bravo, SEC. Bravo, because what you thought was a good idea is actually going to be a really bad time for the SEC. But fantastic news, much needed, and great to see it come out. That's not it. That's not where this episode ends. No. There is way more for you. First things first, Ripple and the SEC seek to extend expert discovery. Now, before you start jumping up and down, it's just 3 days. Just an extension of 3 days to January 19. Now, waiting until January 14. Wait until January 19. It's not going to be the end of the world. But there is a lot of work going on behind the scenes. And majority of this work is around all the fact witnesses, expert witnesses, and both parties going to bring anywhere from 10 to 15 experts in total on this case. So when you add everything up together, it's a lot of work going on right now in the case behind the scenes. And so both parties have requested for another 3 days. Let's hope that it is the final delay. No more. Of course, this news has traveled. This is a letter extending the deadline by 3 days. Now, another big news, just as big as the SEC being sued by the US watchdog, Swift's ISO 20022 for cross-border payments is going into testing. Testing with launch of in-flow translation. This is fantastic because it is the beginning of ISO 20022 being implemented. Now, complete environment ready for customer testing, available 12 months before migration period begins. Suite of test services includes network-based ISO 20022. And so the testing has begun, or the testing will begin to get ready for the switch. Now, the switch will be, you know, when they say flip the switch, well, flip the switch is November next year. So there is a year between now and when the full switch is turned on. And this will run until, 2025, until, the full complete thing is finished and wrapped up. But testing to begin. That is very, very exciting. Now, SEC claims all withheld documents protected under deliberative process privilege. Now, if the judge says, no, SEC, I don't think so, they're going to be in a world of trouble. A world of trouble. So I can't wait. I absolutely cannot wait. Now, the XRP price doomed to fall 38% if the Ripple bulls fail to hold above 80 cents. What is that all about? We're going to cover it off. We're going to talk about where we are at the moment in the market. At the moment, we're sitting at 82 cents. We haven't broken down. We almost touched 80 cents flat, and then we picked back up. But we're not giving up the 80 cents just yet. And so we'll go over that and we'll, discuss it and analyze where do we go and what are the potential risks, because there are potential risks for sure. Now, when we look at this, can we trust what's happening to money? We know that money is losing its value. On average, it's 6.8% per year that the value of the money in your bank account is dropping by inflation. And so what does the future look like? Well, the future is digital. And that's why everyone is scrambling, to create their own CBDCs, to get a piece of the action when it comes to cryptocurrency. But the future of money is that the money will become obsolete. That is the future of money. Would love to know your thoughts about where do you see it going. Now, I like what JD has shown here, saying that this is a bullish pattern, when you look at it from this point of view. I will cover that off about what are the possibilities and where do we go from there. And like I said earlier in the video, the US watchdog going after them is absolutely amazing. Like, the US watchdog going after the SEC is going to be it's one of the biggest news, right? It is fantastic to see. Let's jump into Otani. Let's have a look at some indicators. So as we begin to look, we're looking at the moment in particular on the daily. You can see not much has happened, from a price action point of view, with 0.49% down for the day. And when you look at the MACD, we haven't touched what we need to touch yet in order to have the momentum shift, and the momentum shift that will be coming. Now, we were outside of the Bollinger Band at that 79 cents, but the second we touched it, you can see that within 2 hours, we were already up again back into 83 cents zone. So we touched 80 and then we went back up. Now, if we fail to hold support above 80, I'll go over in the charts what that looks like. But at the moment, from an hourly perspective, it certainly bounced off that 79 cents really well, and it's come back up. From a 4-hour perspective, you can see that the MACD is sitting on bearish. Again, not much price action has happened. RSI sitting almost towards the middle, but not quite. And when you look at the RSI on the 12-hour, it's even lower. The MACD is bullish. You can see the MACD is bullish on the 12-hour, but there's a lot to go. Right, there is a lot to go. And then when you look at the daily, we're still waiting for that MACD to turn bullish. Something that hasn't happened since around the 13th, well, call it the 12th of November. So it's been almost a month. Now, 12th of December last year, the price pumped 80% in one day. Now, of course, it's not to say that, 12th of December in 2017, during the 2017 bull run, the price jumped 80% in one day on the 12th of December. Now, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it does leave clues, and let's see what occurs on the 12th. Now, of course, different years, different time periods, different things that are occurring right now around the world, including the demise of the Chinese largest property development company, which has taken down all markets with it, by defaulting, and the crypto market goes right along with it. And with their talks being of Tether being involved in that deal somehow, and so could Tether be, shortening the market, get some money back, and then pump the market back up once the retail investors are bleeded out? Could be. Again, it's news, right? So when news is positive, markets go up. When news is negative and the market is fearful, prices go down. That is at the moment what's happening out there in the world between viruses and companies, gigantic companies defaulting and all that. People are scared, right? And when scared money makes no money. And so because the sentiment at the moment is fear, markets go down. But the reality is that when everybody is fearful, that's when you commit. And when everybody's crying, that's when you go really, really hard with your investments. And when everybody's greedy and everyone's high-fiving each other because they're making so much money, that's when you get out. And this has happened in all markets. This is not just relatable to the crypto market. This is relatable to all markets, from real estate markets, to all markets, right? So when the taxi driver starts to talk about, these are the investments that I'm in, and I've made this much. It's time to get out. And what I mean by that example is not that the taxi driver is not a smart person, but what I'm saying is when everybody is talking about that they're making money in something, you're probably close to the end. So that's what I'm trying to say. Let's have a look at some charts. Now, while we've been high-fiving each other, and it's been good, it's been great, and it's been awesome, and all these things have been occurring, and it is awesome, right? I mean, the SEC being sued is fantastic. ISO 20022 going into testing, awesome. All these things are very, very bullish and very exciting. However, when we're looking at the charts, do we have right now, the possibility that the market continues to dip and we start to see XRP back in 70 cents? Yes. Yes, we do. There is the possibility, a strong possibility, of this falling trend line going down. So I gotta tell you, right? And how much are we going down? Well, look, we saw already that at 79 cents it spiked back up very quickly. So it looks 80 cents could be the new support line. However, failure to hold 80 cents, then I think going into the 70 cents flat is possible. I don't quite think that we'll get to 55 cents again. And again, it's not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, it's just one person's opinion. I just don't think that we're going to see 55 cents again. I think there was a flash crash to 55 cents, but I think we're going to see 75 cents as good entry points if we fail to hold 80 cents. There is strong support. There are very, very strong support levels. And so once we get out of there, once we get out of this falling wedge, then we will be restart again. So to do that, we got to go out, get out of this, go towards 93 cents where we were earlier before the market took a dip, consolidate above it, and we're pretty safe. Pretty safe out of there. Now, does it change the outlook of the potential of XRP, where we're going, double digits, triple digits in the future? No, it does not. Right now, the world is experiencing fear, right? Between viruses and defaults and, inflation and, the US economy. It's all relevant. It's all relevant. So it's an extended bull run. But that doesn't mean that what you hold has lost its value. This is where the confusion comes from. Like, do you honestly believe that VeChain is worth 8 cents, whatever it is right now, or that Zilliqa is worth 6 cents right now? I mean, these are incredible prices, like crazy good prices, right? And if you're liquid, this is Christmas. This is Christmas. I know Christmas is, December 25, but this is Christmas. Right here. This is Christmas. These prices, it's hard to imagine. And once the economy, once the fear factor is out of the market, that we will see these prices again. But what you hold when it comes to XRP, on-demand liquidity, everything that is going on, everything that is happening with it, you hold something very, very, very valuable. And again, it's not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, but you do hold something that is pretty, pretty awesome. And you can see every time the RSI has gone, this is on the weekly charts, every time the RSI has gone into this type of territory, it has swung back, and it swung back in style. So that's what we're waiting for. But as far as the plan, the roadmap, look, it might get extended as far as how long this is going to take, but the road looks very beautiful ahead. And time we do have. So patience, time the market, do your research, read white papers, get educated, spend the time to learn, upskill, especially during these times, and especially with the specials that we got on at the moment. And if you did learn something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.